Hello, my name is William Matar. I'm the CEO and owner of Hems Global. We're a small business that developed a hydrogen technology system in Sydney some 11 years ago. Basically, what we wanted to do is tackle the problem of the ever-rising emissions around globally, but more importantly around us in Sydney. Our business was facing with a problem where our communities and our councils, our local governments, were targeting heavy vehicle operators for smoky vehicles. But more importantly for our own business as well, we needed to reduce our bottom end result in terms of reducing our fuel expense for our company. So we started researching into ways of looking out and finding a solution. One of the biggest problems was locating a solution that's available now. We talked to a lot of manufacturers, we talked to a lot of businesses. A lot of companies said that they have something happening in the future. Electric vehicles, fuel cell, everything was being developed, but nothing was ready for us. And this is 11, 12 years ago. So the first thing we did, we looked at opportunities, what are available solutions. CNG has been used, LPG has been used. These are non-alternatives. One thing that stood out was hydrogen. In 1936, Russians used hydrogen for fueling their tanks because diesel was very low. They did not have any hydrogen. However, through some problems, they stopped using hydrogen and went back to diesel after the war. However, in 1973, NASA again did a research on hydrogen and put a paper to the White House recommending hydrogen as the fuel of the future. Again, hydrogen was overlooked. So this presented an opportunity for me to say, well, why? Why didn't they actually use hydrogen? If NASA and everybody else has been researching said as hydrogen as a fuel of the future, why they've left it? So that's when I embarked on a journey to look at a solution. So therefore, I started researching. I spent a lot of time reading about hydrogen, understanding the product, understanding the gas, understanding the dangers behind hydrogen, the use of hydrogen. And then when I found that everything is solvable, I found hydrogen as a product is easy to use. We then embarked on looking at ways of installing it into a system, and then we enlisted the help of professors, and then embarked on installing it in the vehicle. We did a lot of research. We spent a lot of time using the hydrogen as a product, but we didn't want to replace the fuel. We were only looking at a solution where we continued to use the existing vehicle, the existing fuel supply, but we wanted to enhance that fuel to make it better. How can we prolong the amount of driving time in the vehicle without having to replace the fuel? The fuel line is separate. So hydrogen, as considered, instead of being considered as a fuel, we looked at it as a catalyst, as an additional amount of. So it's an injection point where it's improving the fuel burn inside the combustion, where you get more energy out of your diesel rather than you're getting the same energy as you're driving. Hence why we started using hydrogen. This can provide a huge solution to all operators around the world, whether it's buses, trucks, trains, marine, anything that uses carbohydrate. Hydrogen as a catalyst is a solution where, as it's used, it can reduce emissions, it can reduce your fuel consumption, it even can improve your power. One other thing that I should really comment on is we have tested this. It's not something we are talking about and it's not being tested. We have trialed it, we have researched it, and we have even tested it by a world-renowned environment researcher, Dr. Walter Stolz in Germany and Austria, and it has proven those results. I can actually think that hydrogen can be used as a transitional period for the electric vehicles, for the fuel cell vehicles, but more importantly, it actually can help existing operators, existing owners to prolong the life of their existing vehicles. Instead of having to sell off their assets, these assets can be realized for longer years. It can be used for longer periods of time, thus benefiting them, but at the same time, improving on the emissions, improving their bottom line and improving their savings, but also reducing emissions, which is very important.